Here we go. I should be live now. Wow, what a game. Another Sunday and another Bears victory, this time in blowout fashion as the Bears beat the Jacksonville Jaguars by a final score of 41-17. I think I predicted 31-17, but hey, I'll take it. The Bears scored 10 more points than I thought. What's going on, guys? I see everybody in the comment section. Thank you guys for joining the live, man. We're going to have a lot of fun here, talk about this Bears victory, man. That was fun. That was fun, man. Yeah, a lot of you guys that thought maybe the Bears, have a little bit of a letdown. And I was scared too, right? Obviously, with all of these do this, but they actually didn't even leave any doubt. We did exactly what we were supposed to, which is blow the doors off the Jacksonville Jaguars. So a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. So let me just start by saying that if you guys do have questions, make sure to submit a super chat for me to answer your questions, guaranteed. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my quick thoughts on the game, but I will also take questions as well. But yeah, super chat for questions. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here. Okay. So 41-17. Where do we want to start here? Well, let's start with the offense, right? I trust this Bears offense right now more than I trust this Bears defense. Because early on in that game, the Bears defense was not looking good. It was 10-10 at one point. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I was kind of scared. Here. So the Bears defense was not very good. I feel like Chuck Pagano doesn't blitz enough. He plays it way too cool sometimes. Like Vic Fangio used to really get after the quarterback, and especially when he got a standing duck in the pocket like a Mike Glennon, you got to put pressure in his face. But anyways, the defense was mediocre to start, and then it got better. We got a super chat from the real Rhino. Am I the only one who hates when we put backups in? Absolutely. No problem for me. I tweeted this out, by the way, follow me on Twitter. I said, Mitchell Trubisky got benched again, and Nick Foles is in at quarterback again, but this time it's because we're blowing out the other team. And folks, that was the right decision. There's no doubt about it. You want to keep your starters healthy for the next game, and yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that I would have done the same thing. So let's talk about the offense. How did Mitchell Trubisky play today? I think Mitchell Trubisky was okay. I don't think he was spectacular. I don't think he was phenomenal, but I thought he was okay. So, all right, so let's go into a little bit more detail on his game. I'm pulling up the numbers here, and numbers aren't everything, but I'm doing it just for some context here because we have to obviously take the numbers and then see how they compare to actually what we saw on the field out there. So Mitchell Trubisky today had – let me pull up the numbers here. 24 for 35, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The 1 interception was awful. It was when Mitch kind of, got out of the pocket, was rolling around, and he just threw it in the end zone. Triple coverage. I think he was trying to go for A-Rob, but Mitch, you never throw that. You got to throw that one away. That was at the end of the half when we were trying to get points. Now, I will give the Bears defense credit here in saying that the Bears defense got the interception, and we were still able to get that field goal that we would have gotten with Mitch. But, at that point, maybe we get 6 points instead of 3. Either way, that was a awful, horrible interception. And Mitch has done this now the last couple of games where he plays solid, and then he's got that one boneheaded pick. So he's really got to clean that up. That was just a bad interception. Yeah, I don't know. Like Mitch thought he was Mahomes or something. Well, Mahomes was awful today, by the way. And go look at the Falcons game. He threw at least 3 or 4 interceptions. Yeah. So if that's what you're saying, that's a joke at Patrick Mahomes, I got you, man. Because Mahomes did not look good today, and she should be lucky that they were able to pull that out after the Falcons kicker choked. All right, the Falcons choked again. Big surprise. Anyways, I digress. Let's get back to Mitch. So interception was awful. But let's talk about the good. Folks, this is the offense. This is the offense that I had been calling for all season long. Mitchell Trubisky was able to move out of the pocket, easy completions. I remember one play, it was like a 3rd and 1, it was 3rd and short or something, and then they get Mitch, to get the handoff, and then he goes right outside the pocket and just moves, and it's easy completion to A-Rob. Like, that is the entire offense that I've been wanting the Bears to run. So he made the right reads, right completion, nice touchdowns to Jimmy Graham, both of them. And I will absolutely eat crow here, take my L on Jimmy Graham. He looked really good today. I actually played daily fantasy sports, and I picked Cole Kmet, and I thought Cole Kmet would have a good game, but it was Jimmy Graham. So Jimmy Graham was phenomenal today. What was his numbers? I know he had 2 touchdowns, but 4 catches, 69 yards for 2 TDs. Yeah, so overall, Mitch still had throws that he left out on the field. He still had things that I think he could have done better. But for the most part, and I did mention the rushing touchdown, that is exactly what Nick Foles does not give you that Mitchell Trubisky does. That play right there, if Nick Foles is at quarterback, we don't get a touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky runs in for that touchdown. He's got wheels, folks. He's got wheels. So I'm so glad to see Mitch running again. So overall, if you ask me to grade Mitch's performance today, I'd say a B. I'd say B, maybe B+, but I'd say a B. All right, let's talk about the rest of the offense. David Montgomery. They were not feeding him the ball enough. How many carries did David Montgomery end up with here? 23 carries. He should have had another 30+. He should have had like 32, 33, 34. Folks, I thought the Bears passed the ball too much in this game. Mitch had 35 pass attempts to Montgomery's 23 rush attempts. It should be flipped. I want to see us run the football more. So Monty had 95 yards on 23 carries, and if he got 32, 33 carries, he would have easily obviously gone over 100 and then maybe 120, 130, whatever the case may be. But absolutely, the Bears needed to run the football more. I was not happy with how much they ran the football today or how little they ran the football, so I need to see more. But overall, Monty's a stud, man. He's been phenomenal breaking out here. So glad that we don't see Victor, thank you. So glad we don't have to use Cordell Patterson. I don't see Cordell Patterson's backfield anymore. So happy about that. Allen Robinson, what would we do without this man? Just an absolute stud. 10 catches, 103 yards, security blanket. Folks, he's so good. Like, he is so – and I understand he had that one, goal line fade pass that he couldn't haul it in. But A-Rob is as good as it gets, man. Extend this guy. Give A-Rob $20 million a year. He deserves it. I love Allen Robinson so much, man. Like, I do not want this guy to leave. Monty over 1,000 yards. Is he over 1,000 yards? I think he needed 94. Yeah, he needed 94. He got 95. I think he's over 1,000. So happy about that. Shout out to David Montgomery for 1,000 yards. So Allen Robinson's a stud, folks. He's a stud. Excuse me. Darnell Mooney, 4 catches, 39 yards. Again, not impactful numbers, but on the field, folks, he got us some crucial first downs. Mooney was able to get us some really, really solid first downs. I love this kid, man. He is going to be special to watch. What else here? Let's see. I talked about Monty. Kmet, really 2 catches, 18 yards, didn't really do much again. It was a Jimmy Graham show today. I see a lot of you guys talking about Cairo Santos. What more is there to say? He's a stud. Extend him. So let me go back to my list here of guys who I want back next year. Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, Allen Robinson, Cairo Santos, David Montgomery. We'll talk about Mitchell Trubisky. Obviously, I've talked about him in several videos, but we will talk about it as well. But I need all these guys back. Like, these are pieces that are working. And you know what? Let's not be hypocrite here. Or I'm only talking about the offense, guys. I know a lot of you guys talking about Roquan. I'll get to the defense. We're talking about the offense right now. Roquan's a stud. He should have been a Pro Bowler. He got robbed. But let's give credit where credit is deserved. Ryan Pace deserves a lot of credit for what he's done. I know we love to bash Ryan Pace, but these are all his draft picks. These are all his signings. Like, let's give Ryan Pace credit where he deserves. Did he mess up on not taking Mahomes or Watson over Mitch? Yes. But, again, nobody's going to be perfect and hit every single pick. So I have to give Ryan Pace credit because I feel like a lot of the Chicago media doesn't, so I'll do that. So offensively, folks, we did exactly what we were supposed to do, blow out a bad opponent, get 40 points. I thought we'd get like 30 points, but we got 40. And the first time since 1965 that the Bears have scored more than 30 points in 4 straight games. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how crazy that is? Yeah, Ryan Pace be finding some gems in later rounds. I'm not hearing nothing about Pace. I'm telling you, Ryan Pace deserves some credit. I'm not saying Ryan Pace, oh my God, sign him to a 5-year deal, but he deserves some credit. So point being is the Bears offense has exploded. All right, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So let's talk about what the Bears need to do to clinch a playoff spot, right? I see a lot of you guys asking about that. And again, guys, super chat if you guys want your questions answered right away. So in order for the Chicago Bears to clinch a playoff spot, here are the scenarios next week. Well, not even next week, this week. We want the Packers to rest their starters against us next week. Well, I'd like to beat the Packers at full strength. It would be even more. But work with me here. We want the Packers to clinch the number 1 seed this week so that they don't have anything to play for. That would require that they win today against the Titans on Sunday Night Football. We got a $20 super chat from Fast Moves. Appreciate you, man. Best gift was 49ers with the W. Merry Xmas 5 Go Bears. Yo, appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for that. Love and blessings and happy holidays to you as well. We got another super chat from Steven. Where was CPAT this game? If you're referring to where was in the backfield, I don't know and I don't care because I don't want to see Cordell Patterson in the backfield. All right. He's good as a kick returner, but that's it. Yeah, the Jets beat the Browns. I just saw that, folks. A lot of, news is coming through my phone. I'm trying to pay attention here for you guys. But, man, the Jaguars just won the Trevor Lawrence race. So happy for you, Jaguars fans. I'm so glad the Bears were able to help you out with that as well, So have fun. And, Trevor Lawrence is all yours. So let's get back to the scenarios here. We need the Packers to win tonight, as hard as it is to say, so that they rest their starters or think about resting their starters next week because they'll have nothing to play for because they will clinch their spot as the number 1 seed in the NFC. All right, so that's the first part. Now, the next part here is we are tied with the Cardinals for the same record, I believe. And so we need to win against the Packers, and the Cardinals need to lose against the Rams. But actually, the Cardinals don't even need to lose. We control our own destiny. We just need to win out. But if we lose, let's say we lose to the Packers next week. If the Cardinals win next week, then they're in. If they lose next week and we lose, we're in. So basically need a Cardinals loss. We got another super chat here. Let me go here. Bill Lazor is on fire. Best thing to happen to Monty. Fast Moves 45. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I love Bill Lazor, man. If we had Bill Lazor calling plays from the beginning of the year, folks, just imagine. And imagine if Mitchell Trubisky never got benched. We would have locked up a playoff spot by now. There's no doubt in my mind, okay? Yeah, shout out George Kittle as well. Dan Richardson with the super chat. Faiz, I want the damn Green Bay at full strength. Damn resting the players. It's one and done in the playoffs. The Bears need to prove this to be serious. Absolutely. I agree with you, Dan. I would absolutely prefer to beat the Packers at full strength. But I am just saying here at this point, like, as sad as it is, the betterment of our team is that they rest their starters so we can win. At this point, I'm just trying to get in. Like, we all know the quote, right? To be the best, you got to beat the best. But I just want to get in at this point. So if we're just talking about what's the best chances for the Bears to make the playoffs, it's the Packers resting their starters. So that's really it. But I would love to beat the Packers at full strength. So essentially, folks, the Bears control their own destiny. They need to win out, right? But let's say they don't beat the Packers next week for whatever reason. Let's say we don't. If the Cardinals win, they're in. If the Cardinals lose, we're in. We hold the tiebreaker over the Cardinals. I believe it's because of common opponent record, because I think they do conference first, and then if that's tied, then they do common opponent record. I have to double check on that. So that's the scenario, and I'll make another video talking about that, folks. But honestly, today was a breath of fresh air. Loved seeing what I saw today. And I'm so happy. So let's take some questions here from you guys. Nicholas with a super chat. Jimmy G had a great game today. Should we hold on to him for next year? Well, he's under contract for next year. So whenever you guys have heard me talking about cutting Jimmy Graham, that's only if we need to. Jimmy Graham's under contract for another year. So we will be holding on to him unless we want to cut him. So let's see. Mavs beating the Clippers 62-18. Is that right? I'm not even paying attention to the NBA right now. 62-20. Wow, that is crazy. We got another super chat here. Rex Ryan was on ESPN the other day saying if the Bears sneak in, they are the most dangerous team that no one should want to play. Nice to see ESPN put some respect on the Bears name. Folks, I agree. I agree because the Bears are getting hot at the right time. Teams should be scared of teams that are getting hot at the very end. You remember the Giants with Eli Manning? Both those Super Bowls that they won, they got hot at the end. I think one of those years they were like 9-7, which is what the Bears would be if they went out. So absolutely the Bears would be dangerous. Cornelius with a super chat. Did you talk about Kmet run play at the goal line? Yeah, I did not, but thank you for bringing that up. The Bears got too cute in this game. Monty should have had 2 touchdowns. There was a first and goal. We're literally at their 1, and we run a play to Cole Kmet, right? Like, just what are you doing? Like, again, you're just getting too cute. Just pound it in with Monty. He's our workhorse. Just do it. So, that's what I would do. Jay Beanie with a super chat. Hey, Faiz, just a token of my appreciation for all the work you put into the season last. So I spent a year watching your channel. Keep up the good work. Yo, I appreciate that, Beanie. Thank you so much. I do it for you guys, man. But yeah, I'm actually kind of proud of myself for being able to actually be here for every single Bears pregame and postgame. But I mean, I do this because that's what I love, man. I love this team. I love the NFL. And I love interacting with you guys. So I really do appreciate that. Yeah. So the Cole Kmet play just got too cute. That's it. Run it with Monty. What if the Rams lose today and next week? Well, I gotta, take a look at the scenarios again here, but if the Rams lose next week, that would mean that the Cardinals won, right? Because the Cardinals play the Rams in week 17, in which case we would need to win. Essentially, folks, I don't want to confuse everybody here. Here's the scenario. The Bears need to beat the Packers next week. Easier said than done. If they beat the Titans today, which is not a given, they clinch the the conference, and they might rest their starters. If they don't, we see their starters next week. So that's the scenario. That's the scenario right there. Bears are a scary team right now. Absolutely. Did today significantly hurt your feelings towards keeping Mitch? It did not. It did not, because this is who Mitchell Trubisky has been. And today, again, the interceptions have to go away. They have to clean up. But it's all about price. So, Vincent with a super chat, appreciate you. I don't see a question, Vincent, but if you have a question, send it my way. Here's the thing about Mitchell Trubisky, folks. It's all about the number on the contract, right? So if Mitch's contract number isn't that high, that's good for us because we can spend money building and paying other people on other players. So it's all about the numbers. But I do want to bring back Mitch if we make the playoffs, and even if we don't, I want to see how he does. Fast moves, man, showing a lot of love today with another super chat. If the Packers clinch tonight and when the Bears win next week, do we have any idea who we play first round? Also, you should do a major live stream for the first playoff game. Absolutely, that live stream's happening. Do we have any idea who would play in the first round? So I'm not 100% sure who you would play in the first round right now, but I'm going to tell you this much. It wouldn't be an NFC East team. So I know everybody wants to play the NFC East team. That's most likely not going to happen. We're not going to play whoever wins the NFC East. It is going to be one of the tougher teams. So I have to double check on it, and I don't know yet, but thank you, Fast Moves. It's just not going to be the NFC East. Pretty sure about that. Because I think you have to be like the 5th seed or 6th seed, and the Bears would be like the 7th seed. Kiefer with a super chat. Confidence in making the playoffs after this win. Very confident. I am very confident that the Bears make the playoffs. I hope I'm not jinxing them. I hope I'm not, just jinxing and putting this spell on the Bears, and now they fall apart. No, I said the Bears would blow out the Jaguars today, and they did, right? So if the jinx would have happened, it would have happened by now. I'm very confident because I think the Cardinals lose. It's not because I'm confident that the Bears beat the Packers. It's because I think the Cardinals lose. The Cardinals are not a good football team. And the Rams, get it, they lost to the Jets. They lost to the Jets, but they are still going up against a Rams team that is very good, and division games tend to be tough. So that's why I'm confident, because I do think the Rams lose next week. Excuse me, the Cardinals lose next week. Yeah, everybody's saying the Saints. So that's who we would play, I guess. And obviously the Saints are a very, very tough team. They're my pick to make and win the Super Bowl. The Saints are literally my pick to win the Super Bowl. That's crazy to me. So hopefully it's not the Saints, but whoever it is, as long as we get in, and that's all I care about. Who has the tiebreaker between the Saints and the Seahawks? I'm not sure. Actually, I have to double check on that. Saints or Packers? Yeah, I think you guys are right. It would pretty much be like the Saints or the Packers. Trubisky or Cutler? I will never pick Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler to me was the worst leader I've ever seen at the quarterback position. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like a hater or whatever, but I couldn't stand Jay Cutler, man. Jay Cutler felt like every time you watched him, he would rather be doing anything else besides playing football. Like, it's one thing to like be bad and like not be good out there, but like it's another thing to be like, man, I really do love this game. Jay Cutler was like, whatever. So again, he was uber talented, but he just did not give, and he did not care about the Bears at all or playing football. I feel like. Let's see here. Man, I'm trying to do a major collab with Tom Grassi. I know a lot of you guys have told me about it for, I think it's Podcast to Podcast. So if you guys know him or if you guys are tight with him or whatever, reach out, man, because I've reached out. I want to do a live streamer in a preview video with him for Week 17. Cornelius with a super chat. We almost beat the Saints with Nick Foles. We did. I remember that. I think we lost like 26-23. So I'm not saying we can't beat the Saints, but the Saints would be a very tough team. Fast moves 45. And Emory gave that man $100 million. Yeah. Jay Cutler. Yeah. Uber talented, super duper talented, but just hated the fact that he didn't care about anything. Jay Cutler is the best QB the Bears ever had. Look, that could be true. He does have all the records, I feel like. But, again, that speaks more to the Bears' atrocious quarterback history than Jay Cutler's greatness. Did he have 4 consecutive 30-point games? He did not. He did not. And, in fact, nobody on the Bears since 1965 did. So, just saying. Okay, so let me answer this, too. A lot of you guys are asking about Mitch. Folks, it's a week-by-week thing. Even Mitch, Matt Nagy, and Ryan Pace. Adam Schefter, before today's game, put out a article saying that multiple executives around the NFL, this is around the NFL, I don't know if you have saw this, multiple executives around the NFL said that the Bears should look to extend Mitchell Trubisky. So if other executives around the leagues are saying that, I mean, I'm not saying that everybody's smart and we have to listen to them, but folks, I feel like I've been in this corner for like 2 years now saying you put Mitch in the right system, you build a system around him, an offense around him, he can be productive. And, finally it took 2 years for that to happen. Again, better late than never. It took 2 years for us to get an offensive coordinator that built an offense around Mitch, 2 years for us to become a run-first football team, 2 years for us to finally get the offense that was always capable with Mitchell Trubisky, right? So, and don't give me bad defense against the Jaguars because we put up 30 points against the Vikings and they're an average defense, right? So, again, I'm not saying we're putting up 30 points on, I would say the Steelers, but the Steelers haven't looked good. I'm not saying we're putting up 30 points on an elite defense, but this offense, everything about Mitchell Trubisky, I always knew was possible. All right. And other executives around the league are seeing it. So as far as him coming back, it's a week-to-week thing. If we make the playoffs, I am very confident that the Bears bring back Mitchell Trubisky, they bring back Ryan Pace, and they bring back Matt Nagy. Whether that's for a long term or not, I'm not sure. I doubt it, but it would definitely be for next year. If we don't make the playoffs, I think I think Nagy or Pace, one of them may be gone. I would probably say Pace. And then as far as Mitch, chances go down much more. So that's kind of where I'm at. So we make the playoffs, and I think we bring everybody back. And I'm personally saying, like, I think that's what happens, right? Not saying I would, but I'm just saying that I think that's what happens. Is Mike Glennon a giraffe? Yes, he is. He's got the longest neck I've ever seen. Levante with a super chat. Thoughts on Florida QB Kyle Trask? I think he's solid. And here's the thing, Levante, I will still want to draft a quarterback. I'm not saying sign Mitch and don't draft a quarterback, right? Zach Wilson's out there, Kyle Trask out there. I can draft these guys, but Mitch can be your bridge quarterback until then. So bringing back Mitch, I have no issues with that. Fast moves with no super chat. Mac and Quinn, Manly Mac is scaring me. Only sack we had today was from Danny T's. Mac Hurt is just burnt out from that 6-game skid. Yeah, Khalil Mack has not been Khalil Mack. He just hasn't. Is he hurt? It could be, but I just feel like he's been in a bit of a slump. Hopefully, if we make the playoffs, we see the real Khalil Mack. But he could be injured. Yeah, a lot of you guys are saying that Khalil Mack might not be 100%. So we'll see. I reached out to Tom on Twitter, man, but I'm letting you guys know to reach out to him so that maybe we can make this thing happen. But how do you feel about Anthony Miller? He's been disappointing me, guys. He's been disappointing me. So. But a couple other questions here before I get on out of here. I got to make another video for you guys talking about this game. I'm going to go back and watch the tape. But let me know if you guys have any other questions here. I'll just say this, folks. Let me just say this. I'm very confident we make the playoffs because I think the Rams lose to the Cardinals lose to the Rams next week. Okay? And as far as our chances of beating the Green Bay Packers, is it in Green Bay or is it over here? Let me double check. I think the game is in Green Bay because I think the other game was here. Was it not? No, it's in Chicago. I feel better about our chances. You guys are just gonna have to wait until my preview video. T'Challa with a super chat. What happens to our defense next year? I think our defense is old and expensive. So I think guys that are not worth their production, they're probably going to get cut. Yeah, our defenses might, really taper off, fall off next year. Fast moves with no super chat. How crazy is this? Trade Mac for a first and a third. Man, at this point, they're not going to. Trading Khalil Mack, you only do that if you're ready to give up on the season. The Bears aren't. You know that. We're going for the playoffs. So I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I don't want to tease you guys, but listen, my gut feeling right now, I'm really torn on if we beat the Packers or not. I really am. I wish I could tell you otherwise, but I'm really, really torn. So I will see how I do my preview video, and we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here, and appreciate you guys for joining the stream, and we'll do more of these this week. I'll talk to you guys soon.